bringing you the news and information you need from the people making a difference. This is Comcast Newsmakers.
Revitalizing an entire downtown. It is a big project, and today we're going to learn about how it works. Hi, and thanks for joining us. I'm Jamie Lindrohan, and you are watching Comcast Newsmakers. This hour's newsmaker is Raymond Eppinger, Mayor of the Borough of South River, and today we're talking about downtown revitalization. Mayor, welcome to Comcast Newsmakers. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Downtown revitalization. Why is your community in need of a revitalization?
Well, South River is an older community, and we have some areas of downtown that we feel are being underutilized, and we'd like to see them spruced up and be actually put on the tax maps as thriving businesses, and we're trying to see what we can do as a governing body to help this process along.
Now, is your downtown, is it predominantly service or retail?
It is actually, it's a mix. Probably a larger percentage would be actually service retail, if that makes any sense. We've got a number of restaurants. Part of the downtown is located on the South River, which is a part of a tributary of the Raritan River. So it is actually a mix of both, even some residential.
I see. And are we talking about big corporations here, big businesses, or more so mom and pops?
Mom and pop operations.
I see. What do you think is the first thing that the downtown needs that would really make a difference to your residents?
We think that we have to separate out where those things from which we feel a government should do and a government shouldn't do. For example, we feel that we need to improve the downtown parking. We have to have places, if we want merchants and restaurants to thrive, residents and out-of-towners have to have a place to park. We have to make sure that there is plenty of street lighting. We're looking at increasing foot patrols by our police officers, and again, a maintenance and a cleanliness program, which is already in place, but to ratchet it up a little bit, again, so that people feel safe, secure.
So we're talking about also redoing maybe the fronts of the stores, the storefronts, maybe the sidewalks, things like that?
Could be. All those things are on the table.
I see. What do you find is your biggest challenge when you approach something like revitalization? It is a very large project.
Number one, where to start, and number two, trying to get people on board. Last year, or actually over the last 18 months, we've had some issues where the previous administration tried to go through a redevelopment plan. It really wasn't well discussed with the residents, and it met with a lot of opposition.
Let's talk about that. What's the difference between revitalization and redevelopment?
When you're dealing with revitalization, we are looking at things that, like you've mentioned, storefront improvements, traffic flow.
So basically like a facelift.
Exactly, and things that we can do. Many times redevelopment, we've talking about, it's where eminent domain comes in, and people talking about taking buildings down and buying them from private owners, and that really didn't go over too well in South River, that concept.
I see, I see. What are you hearing from your constituents? You are a new mayor. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
We should mention that this is his first time here on Comcast Newsmakers.
Thank you very much.
What are you hearing from your constituents now that you're a new mayor in office?
They want, it's an interesting dichotomy. They want things done in the downtown. They want it improved. And
they want it done yesterday.
They want it done yesterday, but they also want it done with the understanding is they don't want people, or especially the borough of South River, taking anybody's property. They want us to work.
They're afraid of eminent domain.
They're afraid of eminent domain, and they also want to make sure that any plans that are brought up are discussed in open forums and before the planning board,
which is fair.
Which is what people would expect, and that's one of the things that we're committed to. We want to make sure that before anything is done, people in South River will have an opportunity not only to review the plans but have their say.
And how do you do that? How do you keep those lines of communication open, especially new in the position?
Well, one of the things we do have a borough website. All of our council meetings are broadcast on our local access station, TV 35.
Okay.
So we're trying. We would also try to make sure that anything that is done, again, newspapers, radio, whatever it is, to make sure that people know when meetings are going to take place and when we are going to be discussing these type of topics.
So that's great. You're making sure you get the information out there in any outlet that you can take advantage of.
We're trying.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here on Comcast Newsmakers. Congratulations and good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
This hour's newsmaker has been Raymond Eppinger, Mayor of the Borough of South River. I'm Jamie Lindrohan for Comcast Newsmakers, an exclusive production of Comcast Cable. For more news, join us online at cn8.tv.
the news and information you need from the people making a difference. This is Comcast Newsmakers.
Going green in the Garden State, and South River is ready to make their mark. Hi, thanks for joining us. I'm Jamie Lindrohan, and you are watching Comcast Newsmakers. This hour's newsmaker is Raymond Eppinger, mayor of the borough of South River, and today we're talking about alternative energy conservation. Thanks for joining us, Mayor.
Thanks for having me.
This is a hot topic. Many communities throughout New Jersey, the 566 municipalities, they're trying to go green. They're looking for different ways to save energy, solar panels, hybrid cars. What is South River doing to make a difference and really make their mark?
South River is unique. We're one of the 9 municipalities in the state that actually owns their own electric utility. We don't generate, we purchase off a grid with a consortium in the state. So we think we're positioned a little better than most communities in that, again, we already own our own electric utility. Therefore, some of the barriers to going green, we don't think we have.
So you're already a leg up.
Oh, we think we are. We think we are. We're looking at biomass. We're looking at solar. We're looking at windmills. We're looking at possibly using methane gas from a neighboring landfill. I mean, right now we're still in the development stages of looking into this stuff. But it really is something that's a hot topic in South River.
And what do you think about incentives for communities and even residents of New Jersey for people who try and attempt to go green?
I think it's a great idea. I think we really need to try to make ourselves, as a state and as a community, less dependent on foreign sources. And in fact, one of the things that we've just done in South River is we now have an ad hoc committee, the Mayor's Advisory Committee on alternate energy and conservation. It's going to be a forum or a think tank to look into the various sources of alternate energy, as well as helping out businesses in the community of residents with conservation tips. Implementing tips where they can find resources as far as information for grants or programs in general.
Well, talk to us about that, because a lot of people say, oh, it's expensive to try to find alternate ways to conserve energy or to go green. But in the long run, is it worth it?
I think it is, and I think that residents are finding that out. I mean, something as simple as you know, making sure that your windows and doors are properly insulated, going to the new light bulbs that are out there. I mean, those are the type of things. There are actually programs out there for seniors to actually give them a discount or a coupon to buy those type of things. So that's what we're trying to look at, not only just for residential and commercial, but we're also looking at our government buildings to see how we can make them more energy efficient. And
where do you start in the government buildings? What's the first place you would start?
Same thing. You do an energy assessment. You find out where you're using energy. Is it heat? Are you properly insulated? Could solar panels be an option? Again, light bulbs, insulation, whatever it is. There's no one area. It's really taking a look at your buildings and saying what can work and what won't.
Well, who's the biggest consumer of energy in South River?
The biggest consumer of energy in South River, we think, is the Board of Education.
Oh my, the board!
Believe it or not.
I hope they're not mad that you're calling them out here on Comcast Newsmakers.
No, we're not calling them out. It's just a function of the borough. The good news about the school district in South River is they have two of the schools are been built within the last 10 years. So they do already contain a lot of the elements that you would want to have in a more energy efficient building. And
how do they intend to work with the municipality in order to implement these strategies?
Well, one of the things that we're going to reach out to do with them is we're going to see if, given the size of their buildings, is it feasible to possibly put solar panels up? Again, working with the Board of Education to see if it makes sense to do that and work out some kind of consortium or deal with them. It's again, we're really just getting started, and that's what I'm hoping my ad hoc committee on conservation and alternative energy will accomplish.
We have just under a minute left. What's your biggest challenge that you face?
Cost. Cost is still an issue as far as, again, solar panels and all of these technologies. Promising things, costs have come way down, as we know, with, like, for example, solar panels, but we still have a long way to go as far as costs.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here on Comcast Newsmakers. Good luck to you. It's a great cause.
Thank you very much.
This hour's newsmaker has been Raymond Eppinger, mayor of the borough of South River. I'm Jamie Lindrohan for Comcast Newsmakers, an exclusive production of Comcast Cable. For everyone here at CNA, thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.